Oh. You couldn't have done that before.
As soon as we started recording, I took a big breath in and I was like, I'm about to have to cough.
And we don't know how to edit this, so no.
So the pelvic floor.
This is the pelvic floor.
It's
We're gonna
pelvis.
have to cut that.
We're gonna,
because
yeah.
someone's in their car and they just
Did that girl just die?
she just died on camera. I was about to just say Happy Halloween.
Happy Halloween, Melissa.
Happy Halloween. Kelly's favorite, one of her favorite holidays.
It is like probably it's that and Christmas.
I associate Halloween with you because
I just love it.
Yeah, you got a lot of wigs. I feel like
so many wigs. I'm growing my collection. I actually went through, and I have a green bob, that long pink one.
It's a good one.
I just bought a blonde.
The blonde looked good.
Which I went as a news anchor from Anchorman, Veronica Corningstone.
She was a great Veronica.
And however, I was called Elle Woods, so I feel
also good.
Also
a compliment.
Great. But
also,
man,
sorry, we should say who this is.
Oh yes, this is Pelvic Floored Podcast.
This is Pelvic Floored.
I'm Dr. Kelly Davis,
and I'm not a doctor, Melissa Wright. And
today we're talking about Halloween.
We're talking about Halloween,
yeah,
and how it relates to the pelvic floor.
Because it always does.
Because it does.
Always comes back.
Yeah, everything comes back to the pelvic floor.
Yeah.
But no, I do think you should talk about your costume because it ties in a little bit to not tight costumes, because Kelly found her costume at the thrift store like a genius.
I did. It was a size 16 women's, and so
you pinned it well because I couldn't tell it was that big.
The pants really when I looked back at the pictures, I was like, it doesn't really look. You can't tell, but in it, I was like, these pants might drop down at any moment. Also, the wig was so tight. And I wasn't feeling well.
I was going to say that definitely didn't make you feel better.
Yeah, I've been sick since the half marathon with being ran down. Just my body gave up on me afterwards. And so, as you can tell with the cough.
I think 13 miles, yeah. Your body's like...
Well, and going to Dochi Thursday night, driving, I didn't drink or have any drugs. I was a little sober bird enjoying the music.
Yeah, but it's a lot.
It was a lot.
To Atlanta and then drove back.
Charlotte.
Oh,
yeah.
Sorry, Charlotte.
But yeah, same. Drove back, got back at 1:30 a.m. Didn't work on Friday, so I went to the sauna house, which was great.
That was probably a good move. You'd probably be worse.
I was reading ACOTAR in the sauna.
So nice. Do you have a membership now?
No, I'm wasting money, and
I
keep just going randomly. So I'll just pay for I had a package. They did $100 for 4 visits. And so that's what I was doing. And then this last time I just bought a thing, but Jess is doing Evolve and I really want to support her. So I want to do a membership, but me and her have also talked about me potentially working there. So yeah.
Exciting.
But anyways, all that to say, I did the sauna. Yeah, Halloween.
Oh, sorry.
No, yeah, I was sick. And anyways, I think my body has just decided to give up on me. And that's what I'm floored about.
What you got, what you're floored about. That is terrible that you're still sick. I mean, it hasn't been that long, I feel like, for your body to recover from all the stuff you put it through. But at the same time, I'm like, come on, body.
I'm just so used to being, this is where I'm like, I'm so spoiled because I'm so used to being high functioning physically that I'm like, what do you mean I can't work out? But then I've been eating so many carbs and sleeping and it's been great. And now I'm to the point where I'm like, what do you mean I have to work out? But no, that's what floored me for Halloween is, it's my favorite holiday. And I left the party early on Friday because I was just dying. Then I took that wig off and I was like, oh my God, I think I'm going to throw up.
Probably feel a lot better. Oh,
I did feel better, but I was also like, I didn't realize it was so tight. And taking it off was such a relief. But then I was like, I'm really sick.
Yeah. No, I couldn't tell you were sick. And then you were like, I'm going to go home. And we were like, Kelly looks miserable. So sorry for not recognizing.
No. I was trying to hide it really well. Ashton kept going, are you okay? And I was like, I'm doing so good. And then I'd be like,
yeah.
So that's what I'm floored about. Can't believe.
Similarly, I am just floored about Halloween. Just the fact that we're still doing it. Like, you know, because I have a kid and we took him trick or treating for the first time. And I mean, he's too little. He's not going to eat all that candy. Like, so many little old ladies were like, he can't eat this. And I was like, I know. It's more about, you know,
Experience.
reaching in for the candy, trying to say thank you, which he didn't do. I wanted him to say trick or treat, but anyway, he knows chocolate.
He'll get
So
there. I mean, chocolate. It's a great way to
yeah.
play.
So just like the fact that, yeah, we grew up trick or treating, and I don't know, I kind of just feel like it's this weird phenomenon that we continue to do where like you never go to your neighbor's house. Like I don't anyway. I mean, we didn't even trick or treat in our neighborhood, so it's a bad example. But like I don't usually go knock on people's doors.
Asking for things.
But Halloween is totally different.
It's like
The
you
rules
still do
don't
it.
apply.
The rules are. It is crazy to think, you know, I think about it. Is it the big bad wolf? Just that at some point people used to really rely on their neighbors or ask like, hey, do you have
Mhm.
a cup of sugar? Do you have an egg?
Yeah.
Which now I'm like, the audacity. Can't imagine somebody coming over my house knocking and
Well, I
asking
mean,
for
if
something.
you were my neighbor, I would definitely ask you for an egg. But
That
no,
makes
I don't
sense.
know my neighbor. I do like my one neighbor. We're at my house, so he's cool. He's very sweet. I probably would never ask him for anything though because he's very busy and it feels rude. But it's
Yeah.
actually like it would be sweet to have that
Community.
relationship. So
Yeah.
a lot of my neighbors are actually like related to each other, so they
That's
probably aren't
cute.
asking me for anything
They're
because they
asking each
have
other.
each other, and then we're just here.
And then you're like, but also I have sugar. Yeah. We just had neighbors move in I live in an apartment. And so they're super cute little old ladies that moved in next to us.
Aw.
And I keep running into them in the hallway with our dogs who lose it. And they're like, they're beautiful. And
Yes.
I'm like, thank you so much. But I'm trying to, they're outside their door at dinner time smells so good. This is weird.
So just go by and like,
I just walk in and I'm like, women have been cooking and it smells good. But they had a stack of pumpkins outside their door.
yes.
So I made a stack of pumpkins
I hope
outside our
so.
door. And then they came out and they were like, we love your little pumpkin person. And I was like, it's after your pumpkin
Yeah,
person.
copied
So
you guys.
moving by Christmas, maybe I can ask for a cup of sugar.
They'll probably put a snowman out. Maybe you should be first.
Really, I want them to make me things.
I'd say when you lived in your house, you had a neighbor that made you things all the time, and I was very jealous.
Oh my gosh.
Every
y'all,
time I
this woman.
didn't come over that much because y'all were kind of far, but every time I did, there was always baked goods on your doorstep every single time.
Yeah. That it came with its own set of issues, but I say that as in I've never had like because of my family relationship, I've just never had adults be nosy around me or like be protective. She would text me if there was a package on our door. If a car pulled in around our home, she'd be like, by the way, there's this car and I'm like, yeah, that's the mailman. No, but
It's good.
yeah.
When I went to your house when you were out of town dealing with some stuff, and I like wanted to sneakily clean your house and like leave you guys food. I was worried that she was going to ruin it and be like, "Hey, this person's been in your house for a couple hours." So hopefully she didn't.
I do remember that, and you are a saint because I remember you cleaning our house, and the state at which we left it in.
He was fine.
Was not good.
Well, I really just went to check on your cat, which poor Tiger, because oh my God, I had not checked on her. I just didn't think about, like, you hadn't asked me, but you obviously left in a rush. And when I
You
got
guys
there,
had taken the dogs too, right? Yeah.
was so angry because no one had come check on her. And I was like, oh my God, Tiger, I'm so sorry. So I was like cleaning up all her stuff. And then, yeah, I just like noticed little things. I was like, oh, I have a vacuum for them. And then I was like, I'm gonna go in here and do this. And then, yeah, so it was more fun for me than anything. Like,
it was the sweetest.
Yeah. So don't worry about how you left it because
it was so meaningful.
Otherwise I wouldn't have anything to do.
Well,
Tiger would have just been like,
it was the best. And we came home. Melissa, my mom was in an accident and I had to leave, and Melissa cleaned our house, made our bed, also
great.
left us you left us like 6 quarts of Jenny's ice cream.
Well,
I mean,
I think more importantly, I should have left you more food, but I think I brought you sandwiches.
You brought us sandwiches from Swamp Rabbit, which are our favorite. I mean, you brought a ton of food. No, it was the tits.
Who needs ice cream after a traumatic time?
Yeah.
But no, was worried about your nosy neighbor, because that time too, I walked into your house and there was a whole bunch of stuff from her, and I was like, oh, they don't even need food. They've got baked zucchini bread and
Oh my
all this
God.
other stuff. But yeah, so Halloween and being neighborly.
Yeah,
Maybe
being
I'll make a
neighborly.
better effort with my neighbors. We actually, the house next to us is available for rent, so
I saw
if I get some
that.
cool new neighbors, we'll hang out. But
Yes.
probably not.
Yeah. Okay. So, but Halloween is it is a crazy tradition.
It is, but it's like I'm so glad. Like
Yeah.
I want my son to grow up trick or treating and dressing up and having fun. And we'll probably have to move to a different neighborhood for that, but or we'll go to someone's house. But yeah, Halloween. And while we talked about Halloween, we were like, you know what? Candy.
The pelvic floor, candy and sugar. I always think about it too with like people, and this isn't a diss. I love sugar coffee, but people will come in and they'll be like, it's like it looks like milk in their cup with like a foam on top, and
Yeah.
I'm like, tell me about what you're eating and drinking, and they're like,
Tell me
well,
about
one
your
of
morning
these,
milkshake.
yeah, they're like one of these a day, and I'm like, oh, okay, well, let's start there.
When I worked at Starbucks forever ago, we had people who regularly would get like the craziest concoctions, like a daily venti, frappuccino, caramel ribbon crunch frappuccino, add 3 shot, like, which there's nothing wrong with coffee or sugar in like certain, but sometimes I would be like, you want me to add 7 pumps of, I mean, like, and these drinks would be really expensive too because you're adding all this stuff. So not to judge, but a little bit of judging, because this person would come in and we opened at 5 and he would order this and get it every single day. And
That's crazy. I mean,
that's
but I
such
believe
a
it.
like,
People are
I think I would have thrown up at 5 a.m. if I had that much sugar.
There's no way. Now it's funny, and I've told Alex this, like, this is where I know that I'm getting old because I'm like, that's too rich.
Yeah. Too sweet
It's too
for me.
sweet. Actually, that's why I like vanilla wafers. I love a mini vanilla wafer. It's honey bunches of oats, subtle sweetness.
Yeah.
Like it's just enough.
Yeah. That means you're like automatically 50. No.
Yeah, it feels like it. That and Werther's.
Oh, Werther's turns into a grandmother.
They're so good.
Those are really good though. I mean, yeah, I think I have a really big sweet tooth. I love sugar. So I feel like I'm being rude about the Starbucks people, but like they just really shocked my system. One time at Starbucks, again, I was opening and we had a cake pop that it was like damaged. And so they were going to throw it away. And I was like, I'll eat it. It was a parrot cake pop. I ate that thing at 5 a.m. and I threw up. Like it was too early. It was such a shock to my system. And I was like, oh, and I haven't eaten one since. So.
Oh no, I do really like a cake pop. In college, I would go through the drive-thru and only get a cake pop.
Yeah, the pink one.
Ooh,
the birthday cake
one. I like that one, and I like the chocolate one.
Yeah. Whenever I'm brave enough to try again, I'll get a pink one. But that parrot one,
God. Chaos. 5 a.m. is early. Yeah,
it might have even been 4 a.m. because we weren't open yet. And
oh yeah, you ate it before.
Yeah. It's dark outside.
Yeah, we got to hear more about your Starbucks journey.
I loved working at Starbucks.
I worked at Great American Cookie in college, and
sugar.
I will tell you,
you probably smelled so good every time you came home.
People knew at the dorm. I was in, first of all, khakis and a red polo.
Kelly.
People would come out of their dorms because I would always bring back, Great American Cookie, real great cookie company. I've worked at a lot of restaurants and a lot of, not everybody is clean, thorough. They do a really great job.
They earned their name, Great
American Cookies. But I came home with all these cookies every time I would do a shift.
Mm-hmm.
And so people would come out of their dorms and I'd put them in the thing. That's why Shannon loves me so much. Really.
She loved those do-si-dos. I know.
She was a big deal. But yeah, I smelled like straight cookie. And so I ate I think I gained like 10 pounds when I worked there because I was just eating.
It would be hard not
to. No regrets, but yeah, I only worked there for like 2 months. I was like maybe not 10 pounds, but I was really eating a lot of cookies at that point.
It's you probably also got free, like,
Oh, yeah,
because when I
everything
worked
was
at
free.
Starbucks, you get a free meal. So it's like, of course, you're going to
Oh,
eat
didn't know
it.
that.
Well, like, I mean, within reason, like a free breakfast sandwich or something, like a comped while you're working.
Yeah.
And so you're obviously going to do that. So if I was at a cookie place and they were like, get your free cookie, I'd be like, of course.
Well, they would always toss everything that wasn't, I think, was within 24 hours of making.
Mm.
So they'd be like, take whatever. And I'd be like, well, don't mind if I do.
Great, give me that bag.
Yeah, I'll take that cookie cake.
Yeah.
But all of that sugar feeds inflammation in your body and can. So, if you're struggling, I think this is a really piece of like general health knowledge that maybe not everybody has, is that, I mean, I think we all know that food affects our body and what happens in it, but even at a cellular level, and that too much sugar can cause inflammation and it can feed the inflammation you already have. So if you're having bladder and urinary issues.
Yeah, I think I always think about like when I did have UTIs and like, so there was something about drinking cranberry juice, right? Because like the sugar, it would attach. I don't remember exactly. I did drink a lot of cranberry juice, but I remember the doctors being like, you should avoid sugar and you should avoid caffeine because this isn't going to help your UTI. And I was like, okay, so you're telling me to stop
Telling me
being a college student, because that's what I was. So yeah, like it, and I think so we don't always connect our food intake, because like, even not to bring up your personal gut things,
Bring
but
it up.
you were like, I have to keep a food diary because I don't totally know what's affecting me and like what the what's actually going on with my gut, because I feel like I eat things and then we're like, whatever, and then like, it doesn't happen right away that you would get the effects of something. Like it took me a long time to figure out that I was lactose intolerant when I was a kid, because we never had really milk in my house. Like we drank it in cereal, or like it was in our cereal, but I didn't like drink it. And then when I went to my friend's house, they only drank milk at dinner. And I was really thirsty.
Also, that's crazy. Even the adults?
The kids. I mean,
okay.
I think,
but they were like,
sure her mom had a beer. But I threw up
the classic beer milk combo
everywhere.
Oh.
Because I had like 5 glasses of milk because I was thirsty, and that was the only thing they would give me. So I did discover my lactose intolerance. But
shout out to that mom.
It's crazy.
Yeah.
No, at least I did. I think I got home. Like I think I had just been there for dinner, so at least I got home before. But yeah, probably would have been some ice cream thing that happened instead. But I don't remember where I was going with this. Yes, food and affecting the body.
And you know what's funny is that dairy also can be a bladder irritant.
Oh, that is interesting.
And so
I think of dairy as so calming. Like not us, but like
not
in general, I think of it as like a nice thing.
Yeah. Well, and I feel like what's funny is my parents used to give me a hot glass of milk to go to bed.
My mom did that. She put a little honey in it.
Yeah.
I actually did that for my son the other day.
Yeah, and cinnamon, and I loved it. But I was also lactose intolerant, which is now I'm like, oh my God, they were just gassing me up in the middle of the night.
I feel like I didn't have enough then, but yes, that would have been, you're like, Kelly can't sleep. She just keeps tooting.
Yeah, they're like, I don't know what's happening. Now I know all of these years of gut dysfunction. I thought everybody got sick when they ate pizza, and I kept eating it.
Just keep going. It's not funny. Like, or people who are like, oh, I just thought everyone's mouth tingled after they ate citrus or whatever. Like,
oh yeah.
And then you're like, I think
my
you're
friend
allergic.
Bridge is like allergic to apples. She like eats them and starts sweating.
Apples is interesting.
It's so wild. But
I think of apples as like the basic fruit.
On my gut dysfunction, apples and bananas were one of the worst things that I could eat because they're so fibrous. They were hard to digest. So they would get into my small intestine and it didn't go well. And
we need to have Victoria on eventually so we can really chat the foods up.
Our friend.
But yeah. So with Halloween, and candy and sugar, just like it'd be funny, or not funny, but if there was a trend of people coming to like pelvic PT around the holidays because they're like, I don't know, but it just started to irritate me.
I just keep getting these yeast infections and can't fight them.
And you're like, oh, have you been eating through your Halloween bag?
Yeah, you're like, are you also, as I am, eating 8 Butterfingers a day?
I mean, yeah, Austin went to the store after Halloween and was like, "Oh, there's so much candy on sale." And I was like, there's still candy? Like, usually it's gone, I feel like. And so he's like, "I'm just gonna buy a bag." And he came home with like 3 bags of huge things of candy. And I was like, "And who is this for?"
And our child who shouldn't be having
It's
this
all
much.
for Austin
All
and
for
me,
Austin.
which means it's gonna go to waste because we're not good at eating sweets. I have a sweet tooth, but we are not good at eating sweets.
Yeah. I feel like for the opposite reason, we're also good at sweets, or like sweets. Me and Alex both have a sweet tooth. Cannot keep them in the house.
Well, y'all get rid of them. That's good. Like,
Yeah, devastatingly eating them very quickly. That's me in the same way with cereal. So yeah, I would say like with patients, I'm always like, let's look at what you buy every week at the grocery store. And diet is hard because it's not like a hard fast rule, but it's if you're always having symptoms after you eat a lot of sugar, or you didn't know that like, caffeine or decaffeinated tea can cause bladder irritant. But
like
then people like
anything
go to like
can
an artificial sweetener. Yeah,
irritate the
anything. Anything can.
like what would be water?
No. Yeah, plain water is really great. Like omega-3s, fatty acids,
So fish.
fish, avocado.
Oh, avocado.
I'm trying to think about the other things that help with it. Like, yeah, things that are soothing. Just in general, sugar can feed inflammation throughout your whole body. That's like one of the like I don't want to say main issues, but this is all to say sugar's not bad, just moderation, And I think a lot of times people don't realize, like you said, that your symptoms can be connected to food and that what we consume really matters in a whole. Like I did the food diary because I was like, I just really don't know what's going on.
Yeah.
But then it made it so much more clear when I was like tracking and being very intentional. And that's what the dietitian told me too, was like,
I feel like stuff would have snuck through without a blatant, like, exact recording of what I ate, because I feel like I'd be like, I made a cup of tea, but I wouldn't remember that. I'd be like, well, what were my meals? And then be
yes.
like, but I snuck that chocolate bar, 3 p.m. Wouldn't remember that. So yeah, I have never kept a food diary, but I've thought about it.
Yeah, I think it was helpful, and it was funny because she roasted me on my breakfast because I like a sweet breakfast. So that's where like with patients, I'm always like, it's not from a high horse, and it's important how you start your day. And like I wake up and I want to have a sweet breakfast. And the dietitian was like, listen, you need more protein in the morning. And I was like, okay. I'm grateful because
What
I
is
do
your
need
breakfast now? What's your breakfast look like?
that. Typically 2 eggs and either some type of bread. So sourdough or like a bagel. This morning I had a bagel with dairy-free cream cheese and 2 eggs. And I'll usually do avocado if we have it, but we just ran out.
No,
And then
that
like today
sounds
for lunch
like
I had a
really
smoothie.
good that you've got your protein up.
I'm
starting your day. Like,
yes.
I don't know. They always stress that too, right? When you're younger, they're like, breakfast is so important.
Breakfast
and then they'd
is
send us to
everything.
school with like a Pop-Tart, and you're like, here I am.
And you're like, all right, sugar to start the day.
Yeah. Which for, 15 minutes is good. And then
Yes. Well, I always feel like, I have been trying to follow my body, how I eat, like intuitive eating, but in the way of like 80-50. I know if my body's like, we need cupcakes and we need them right now.
80,
Maybe that's not my body.
80-50?
80-20. Did I say 80? 80-50 is how I do it.
80%. 80% is my body. 50% is me ignoring.
I give 130% to my diet. I'm overeating. No. But
and her gut is hurting.
My stomach always hurts. I don't know why.
No, I get what you mean.
Yeah.
5, flip it upside down. 2, got it. 80-20.
I try to be really mindful about what I eat, but I just thought, if my body wants a piece of jam and toast, that's what I'm going to give it. But she made a good point of like my other meals are typically more well-rounded, and so. And I am a big advocate for breakfast. I think it's the best meal.
I love breakfast. It's my favorite meal.
It's just the meal that also I'm probably the least. I always meal prep lunch, and we make 2 dinners. Like usually I'll cook throughout the week. We have leftovers. Like we eat a lot of home cooked meals. And so by the time I get to breakfast, I'm like,
Yeah.
what's fast and easy, and I need to be more
Well, I think the
intentional.
idea is also that you have the time in the morning to make, like, we don't meal prep breakfast, but we started to because I was like, Austin was just taking Pop-Tarts to work to eat, which for him, I mean, sometimes people will bring in food for breakfast, which is nice. He'll be like, oh, they brought Chick-fil-A or something, which way better than a Pop-Tart. But yeah, if they didn't bring that, he's having a cup of coffee and a Pop-Tart and a banana, which, okay. So then we're like,
Okay.
we need to
Let me tell you.
prep some meals for you to take. So we did prep some breakfast burritos, and I think that's been better for him.
Yeah.
But then he's like, but you can't use them because you have time to make breakfast. And I'm like, technically, yes, but it's very convenient to just grab a burrito out of the freezer.
Yes. We've done that with Alex and made egg cups. And also it sounds like Austin needs to check on his bladder with what he's consuming.
He drinks a lot of water, except your husband steals his water cup. It's like a joke of some sort. That he takes his water.
Classic
his water
bottle
thing
theft.
And puts it somewhere. So then he can't drink water. So thanks a lot.
I'll get on to my child about that. He's so silly. Yeah, so, but not only sugar
what else
with
about
these
Halloween?
These Halloweeners is
Lay it on me.
those tight costumes. We talked about it with the head. What about the pelvis?
Yeah.
What's going on there? I just think about all the Halloweens in college when I was like, I loved Halloween in college. I mean, that was
fun.
Probably the most time I've ever been just very incapacitated with alcohol, but not ever the plan. I just love that holiday so much. So we always go big. And all my costumes, I just remember always having on like tights and like tiny things. And it's so squeezing, like you can't breathe.
Yeah. You're like, well, I am an extra small all the time, when you really like maybe don't need to buy the extra small costume. Like now I wear all my stuff oversized, and I'm like, where was this energy when I was trying to squeeze into certain sizes? For what purpose?
And
because it didn't look good.
Yeah. I busted can of biscuits. Okay.
I mean,
I was
the
like,
cookie
girl,
pouch was out, which
the cookie pouch.
I'm all about people wearing what they want, but I didn't want to be wearing that. But somewhere in my brain, I thought I did.
I thought you needed to. I like to wear tiny clothes. There are times and moments where I'm very much about like a small top, small breeches, sure, and a time and a place. But I can always take a breath in my clothes now, which is definitely different from how I used to wear clothes.
Breathing. We used to just not breathe.
We didn't, and that's why I have a tight pelvic floor.
Do you?
I do. I use a Therawand a couple of times. The running didn't help. Yoga, weight training, all of that stuff, I can pretty much, like, I'm pretty great at managing my symptoms because of yoga, because I do so much intentional breathing and relaxation. And at work, I practice it a lot with my patients. So I'm like, if you're going to breathe,
I'm in this appointment with you.
So I'm, at least a couple of times a day getting that in. But running really flared up a lot of my symptoms. Not a ton, but I was just like, I had to be more. I probably used my Therawand a lot more while I was running. And so,
I mean, you were adding in like a whole other level of exercise and what's the word? I want to say like tightening, because we were impacting your pelvic floor the way that you were.
Yes, up training. I was just doing a lot of that. And so, yeah, that part with, and I think in Halloween, in real life, Halloween is real life, but Halloween, like, you have to think about your clothes and how they fit, and it can feed into the tension.
I could see in a Halloween setting, you're like, well, it's a costume, so it's temporary. I'm only going to have it on for a night and it won't really do anything. But yeah, if you're constricting and just, you're wearing something not like you usually do, then
it could like cause a flare. And sometimes it's like, maybe you don't know that you have tension, and then it just takes one little thing to set it off. But I always think about like some people, we got invited to multiple Halloween parties, events. We were going to, I didn't
so popular.
No, just in the way of, I was sad I didn't get to do the corn maze. And because I was sick, which I'm still floored about.
Corn maze was fun.
My body's revolting against me. It was fun.
Well, that's why you wore such a loose costume this year. Size 16.
Size 16. Let's go. Let's go.
It all worked out. Yeah, no, the corn maze was fun. I would like to go back and do it. with not an hour time limit because
I heard you had to fight to get in.
Yes. Yeah, I mean, and they were like, no, we stopped ticket sales at 8, which I was like, okay. But everybody else was like, no, let us in, I'm glad they did let us because that was the whole point. But yeah, no, it was fun. It was very dark and scary, and Austin kept running ahead of me, and I thought I was going to lose him in the corn. So
Yeah, I'm sure I probably would have had nightmares if I'd went because I'm scared of the dark. So it was probably good for me to not
we had our
go.
flashlights on, but
Oh yeah,
or at least I
modern
did.
technology.
I had my flashlight on. Yeah, so yeah, Halloween things that can affect your pelvic floor.
So we talked about sugar.
We're gonna have to get to
clothes.
Thanksgiving.
Oh my goodness, I can't wait. The
Loose-
stress of your family.
Loose clothes. Oh,
Oh,
I'm like, food.
we went in
still.
two different directions.
No,
family stress. Well, I like no. This is real.
Halloween.
Stress highly affects your pelvic floor, tension in your body, your nervous system, and so also, for the people who are really scared on Halloween or really stressed, that's not good for your pelvic floor. But
Yeah. So don't watch a scary
holidays.
movie when your husband is like, we have to watch a scary movie. And
and
you're like, I gotta save my pelvic floor. Dr. Kelly told me.
take care of yourself.
Stress.
No,
that's really good. I feel like we do talk about stress a lot we're always talking about how you need to manage it with everything else, and we always talk about yoga, but the holidays, I feel like a lot of people don't think about the stress because they're just excited about it, and then when you're in it, you're like, why do I feel so crazy?
I revert back to my childhood self when I'm around my family. Even though I'm such an adult, I do feel like
you are an adult. You're a doctor.
I'm 30 and well therapied. I feel like I can set boundaries. I can talk to people, and I'm very clear most of the time. I'm not perfect, and this is showing it. I get around for lack of a better word, have very. How would I say this? My family is almost said disturbed. I have a very dysfunctional family, and so
which I think a lot of people would say, but you actually have the right to say that.
Yeah. Maybe one day we'll do an episode where I tell you guys some of my lore, but part of the lore is that it's really stressful to be around my family, and so I go, but then it's like I feel like I'm 16 and I'm responding in that way, and it's like I can feel my body tightening, tensioning, feeling stressed.
Yeah.
And I agree with you. I think that every year I go with the approach of hope and this idea that it will be good.
Because there are good elements too. It doesn't mean just because you're stressed that it's just a throwaway experience, but at the same time, it's not like you can just be like, okay, I'm really stressed out. I need to go away for an hour to go do a yoga flow and recenter myself.
I need to breathe
in the midst of this chaos.
Yes.
So
it, yeah, I mean,
but to get everyone excited about Thanksgiving.
Yeah, not to get you, jazzed about seeing your family. I'm sure it's all lovely, and that's what I think is even good with the bad. I love seeing my sibling and hanging out and seeing my niece and nephew. And yeah, it's funny though, because I want to show up and I'm like, my body, my nervous system doesn't feel safe. And so I feel like that part of me comes out that's very protective, and as a kid, I was just very I want to say withdrawn, but I was in a way, and just wanted to be a piece of furniture. And so it's hard for me to go and be my full self and then also feel seen. And so I show up and they act the way that they do, and then it makes me not feel safe. So I don't want to be the person that I am now. I've talked about this with my therapist. I am working on it. And
no, it's big. It's just hard. A lot. And you want to create safety. Because I'm a mom, I want to work so hard to never have my son feel like that. And it's so hard because you don't want to traumatize your kid, but you know that you're going to somehow. And you're like, how do I least traumatize you? Yeah. And so, I hate that you wanted to be a piece of furniture, but if you were a piece of furniture, what would you
I be? Oh my gosh, that's a great question.
The cutest little armchair with a floral pattern. This is what I'm picturing.
I would love that. I would love to be The only other piece, I would say, like a huge, like a recliner, or like a
Mhm.
floral armchair that's like cozy, comfy, worn in, right?
Mhm.
Because like you sit and it like sinks, and you're like, yeah, this is made for somebody to be like in it.
Yeah.
Or a shag rug.
A bear rug.
I love a shag rug. I'm so
A
sad that
shag
it went
rug.
out. And
I mean, I think you
bring
could still
back shag
find one.
rugs.
I mean, yeah, just for Kelly. We'll get
People
her
are like
one.
listening to this podcast, and they're like, that girl really loves rugs.
She wants to be a doormat.
She wants to.
She
still wants to be
her.
stepped on.
No,
if
we're
you were,
all working through it.
yeah, what if you were a piece of furniture? What would you like to be?
Oh my gosh, never thought about it. Probably like a really cool like. I just think like a bookshelf because I'm like I want to hold plants and books and like your weird eclectic knickknacks that people are like, where did you get that? And you're like, on my travels. I don't know.
Yeah, you were like, oh, you mean this old thing? It's like
Yeah.
this stunning. I mean, you guys have beautiful.
Oh, thank you.
Like furniture,
slowly
pieces.
Cal's been breaking everything. So
yeah, babies. I was gonna suggest that you were probably a really nice love seat.
oh,
I feel like
too.
yeah, just like me and you. But I feel like you're so cozy and comforting.
Oh, thank
Yeah,
you.
peaceful.
I think our armchair and love seat could go together.
Yeah,
so
a little matching set.
matching
and
florals.
the rug.
And the rug for our feet.
Do you mind a shag rug underneath?
I think we're just redesigning our living room.
It might be.
Yeah. So this was a fun one.
Halloween.
Sugar.
Inflammation. Tight pants.
We should have gotten like a diagram out so you could show me like, does the sugar travel to the body?
Oh yeah.
I don't know.
Well, it's really interesting because it's too has to do with like the rest of your health, right? So like if you have diabetes, because sugar is a big part of that, it's kind of like rust in the body.
Mm-hmm. I've always wanted to be compared to a car.
And so if you were a car, well, we won't start that. I'd be a pickup.
I'd be Mater. The rustiest car you could get.
Oh my gosh. I just want to be useful.
So rust in the body.
And it like attacks your soft tissue and like that's why
that makes me not want to eat sugar. Just the idea of that imagery.
I know it's not good. Like, you don't have diabetes.
I don't.
Ideally, it's being processed. Your insulin.
Yeah, that's true.
But yes, it's even now. Yeah, I'm like I should probably have less sugar, and it does have it feeds your body. It's important. Sugar isn't bad. We want glucose. Mm-hmm. It helps like feed our brain, and I think that consuming it in moderate amounts and also with good sugar. Not to say there's bad sugar, but like, a balance of maybe not all your sugar comes from like an artificial sweetener. I've been trying to use more table sugar, just things that are less processed. And that helps. That's helped my stomach, but I think it's also helped me see.
What were you using before?
Like
Splenda,
or I would, like I always do in my coffee, like a creamer. And then I started reading what's in my creamer. And now and this is in general for my gut health stuff, I just started really looking at labels and looking at what's in it. And it's so much. Yeah. And so now I've been buying like simple ingredient food, and it's made a huge difference. And I will say that I think access and money has a lot to do with that.
For sure.
Because processed food is so much cheaper. It lasts a lot longer.
Yep.
And I'm so grateful that I can afford it because it's made my stomach so much better. But it's made me realize like, oh, maybe this like super, not to say that processed food is bad. I think there is a level to it of moderation, but just my body was having a really hard time processing things, and simplifying it helped. And I was like, oh, what if I just use real sugar and cream in my coffee, or like real sugar and almond milk is what I do.
Yeah. No, totally. Like, just funny that you being like, my body was having trouble processing this processed food. But yeah, like the overly processed, or just all the ingredients, like, and also how are you supposed to break down what's actually affecting you if it's endless ingredient lists? Like, exactly. How can you figure it out? So I'm really happy that that's getting better for you.
Yeah. So really today's episode, a lot of food. A lot of gut
All
health.
food. Kelly's gut.
Yeah.
Tell us about your guts.
We want to hear it. We want to know. We want to
Spill
know.
your guts.
Yeah. If you have any symptoms, if you feel like sugar affects how you feel.
We got to do a small book corner because I ask
Yes.
everyone to write things in, and then everyone only writes about books, which is fine because we do like to read.
We love to read.
Kelly is real deep in the. Go ahead.
I'm in the 5th book of ACOTAR now, and let me tell you, she real dirty. She dirty. She dirty.
That book was
dirty
wild.
dog.
I had to take breaks from that one.
The storyline is so good. I
Yeah.
want to know what's happening, and I love the magic aspect and learning the like older. A lot of it is like old lore of the universe, and
Yeah.
I love that.
Yeah.
So I am excited to read Throne of Glass. Eventually,
I haven't started that one.
I've heard great things, and I've heard it's like more world building, esque, or
Maybe
more
a little
magic,
bit less
maybe
crazy.
maybe a little less Pound Town, but yeah. But I do think it's a great book, and I am still consuming it very rapidly, and I really like. Yeah, I'm coming around to Nesta.
Yeah.
She is
Yeah, when I first started reading the books, I remember seeing something on Reddit where somebody was like, look at my new cats, Nesta and Elaine. And I was like, you named your cat after Nesta? Like, I was like, she's got to have a good, arc because his cat was so cute.
Oh my gosh.
And then I realized, like, oh, of course, she's got her own story to come apart. And so you root for her. But I was just like shocked.
Yeah. It's such a, not to keep bringing up my family drama, but it's really understandable. I can relate a lot to her in her like feeling like she's failing and like not worthy and letting people down. That sounds tough, but like my sister was really rebellious growing up, and everybody like labeled her the hard kid, but she was going through something that was really hard.
Yeah.
And I think Nesta is not being open about it, and obviously they're trying really hard to set her up for success, and I'm finally at the point of the book where she's like accepting it and being very honest. And
it takes so long,
but it's beautiful. And that is like, I'm like, oh, this is stunning. She's got great character development. So I'm coming around to her, but also I'm like, girl, you got to get it. You got to try.
Yeah.
But she's trying.
Which, yeah. So you're almost done.
I know, I'm so close, but all in all, excellent recommendations. Thank you so much.
Yes.
I am enjoying the books, and I'm excited to
start
read more.
Frozen River for book club.
Yes,
I started it. It's good. It's a slow, like, I can't quite see what's going on yet because I'm not that far in.
Okay,
but
I feel like you're a good predictor. So if you are feeling foggy, then that makes me feel good.
I also try to read it at night when I'm going to bed, and I keep falling asleep. So but Victoria said that she loved it. So good.
I saw
good feedback. And also it was on like a huge list of people's favorite books ever. And then I'm also almost done with the Poppy War trilogy. I'm in the last book.
What are you thinking? Give us your feelings, thoughts.
I just want it to be over.
The war or the book?
Well, yeah, they just keep starting more wars all the time. Everybody's dying. And I feel like there's no way for this to end without everybody dying. So if she doesn't die at the end, I don't know.
All right. I might not read that for a bit.
I don't think you should. I mean, again, I think the author is very talented. I really enjoyed her other book, Yellow Face, which is a totally different vibe.
People love that book.
Yeah, that's
I have that on my mark.
A different vibe and a book unlike anything else I've read before. And then I do want to read her other 2 books, Babel and Catabasis, which Austin read Catabasis, and I think he liked it. I don't know. I think it's just it was her first trilogy, and maybe she was just younger then. It just doesn't vibe for me. But I'm going to finish it because I have to.
You're dedicated. And sometimes getting through a series, it's like, even if you don't like it, you're like, oh, I gotta know.
I typically will not finish a book. Like, I know some people will do like, did not finish at whatever 50%, but I feel like I have to.
I feel like there's few books that I don't finish, even if I don't like them.
Yeah.
Unless it's like, oh, I can't read this from the start.
Yeah.
But most of the time, I feel like I can get through it. Well, what a great episode.
Thanks for our book club corner and Halloween and candy and and all the things.
Yeah, stay healthy out there, people.
Yeah,
Take
no
care of
tight
yourselves.
clothes.
Yeah.
Less of that.
Bye,
Bye,
PFFs.
PFFs.